Hello everyone and welcome back to Harvest Moon Wonderful Life Special Edition. This is Showboat and this is the evening edition. Yet again. No, I do not want to save before going to bed. Speaking of going to bed, I will be doing that quite soon. Today has been a very long day. It's been very long for me. Oh, hi. It appears to be a typhoon outside of some sort for our last day of summer. Yes, wake up. Wake up, girly. Yeah, let's go. Go. Outside in the rain. Woohoo, rain. Look at all the beautiful rain. You've got food. That's all I care about. They got food. I had completely forgotten that bird feed lasts a long time. I think it's 1 unit of bird feed is enough to feed the entire coop for 1 day. So if you have half of the number of birds in your coop, well then it'll last twice as long, 2 days. Speaking of food, these dudes look like they need it. SB. I dislike the B rank. Eventually it will be S. Just not now. Speaking of now, it is precisely 9:33 p.m. Central Daylight Time on a Friday, December 18th of 2015. This video will go up the 19th at 2 p.m. So what has been like my life the past couple of days? Well, last time we met, I talked about the edits that I was doing to my research, my figures. Well, on Thursday, which was yesterday, I had my meeting with my advisor. Thing is, it was supposed to have been at 9 a.m. So I got there in time, and then I checked my phone and see that I got an email from my advisor saying that he had a bit of migraine, so we were rescheduling for noon. So it's like, okay, well, I'm here, so I may as well start working on what I was going to do after our meeting anyway. So I did, and that was to get a few more pictures of my slabs, just for maybe some additional figures later on down the line. There are going to be more figures later on down the line. Trust me. There's gonna be more picture-based figures, but all the like really hard diagrammatic sort of conceptual stuff that's like done. That is done now. And really all of the picture stuff, it's pretty procedural now. Just now, I know the procedure, I can do it pretty quick kind of deal. So I took a few more pictures regular pictures actually with my camera rather than microscope pictures. And then I basically did that until the meeting, and the meeting was fine. He suggested a couple of scope pictures to take. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna come back in and take scope pictures. But really, that was about it. There are a few other tiny little things to modify, but ultimately it was like really simple, basic stuff. It's like get to writing. That's like the next thing I need to do. My plan for over the break is to get as much writing done as I possibly can. As much of the paper written as I possibly can, even starting on like the taxonomy stuff and the behavioral analyses and getting all of the additional research I need to do done. That will also need to be a thing, like literature review kind of stuff. It'll be interesting times over the break. That is for certain. So I got back on Thursday around, I don't know, 1. Had my lunch. Because I came back, well, not 1, 2. Because the thing was at noon to 1. Then I came back at 1. Is by the time I got back, it was closer to 2. Finally able to eat lunch after an early breakfast. I was really hungry. I couldn't stay any longer to do any more lab work on Thursday. And I mean, I guess I just putzed around a little bit. I recorded the daily run for Thursday, and that was basically that's like all I remember. I mean, I started figuring what I needed to do to prepare for my flight on Monday. That's what I was doing. Just starting to get ready for the trip that I'll be taking. And so today rolls around. I got up at 5 a.m. Got in to the university like 6:30-ish. It was around the time the bus got me there. So I can help proctor the final exam for Biology 150, the Intro to Cellular and Molecular Biology. And yeah, I was there. I helped proctor. The test started at 7:30. And it was a 50-question test. I read it for the first time while there. Majority of people finished by 8:15, which is like 45 minutes. They had until 10 a.m. to finish. But yeah, they all managed to finish. We were able to leave the room physically by around 9:30. Me, the other TAs, and the professor. There was no written portion on this exam. It was just 50 multiple choice questions that I read through, and they all seemed pretty fair to me. And he actually posted the key to the exam while they were taking it, so that when they finished, they could just leave and take a look at the key, figure out their score, because they get to keep their actual answers on like the questions. They keep the questions. Hopefully they circle the answers that they put down, and they can just check their work so they get an idea of what they might be getting on that exam and in the class in general. And from here, it's all the professor's work. He has to get the scantrons all done up and scored, and, well, he has to give them to the testing center, and then he has to wait for what is surely a huge backlog in the testing center for going through scantrons at the end of the semester. And then he gets to look at and input all of the grades that, based off of what they give him, determine if there's any questions that people didn't perform well on. See what the overall average was, make any adjustments accordingly, and then put that in to the weighted average, and then see where all the students stand after the weighted average, and then he'll find out if he needs to curve the class as a whole, which is always interesting. So that was the morning. I decided to stay on campus after the exam ended at 9:30. I went to the lab to take those microscope pictures that I was going to take, that was suggested that I should take. I figured, well, I'm not going to wait until I get back, like, in early January, 2 weeks before classes start, in order to do these pictures. I'm going to get them done now. So I took the pictures. I was there for a couple hours or so for the pictures. I was so hungry the whole time. It's like my breakfast was at 5 in the morning. By that 9 o'clock hour, man, I was hungry. Like 4 hours had passed. It's like, oh, my body is ready. And especially since I only had, well, I had a big bowl, but I had a bowl of cereal. Honey Nut Cheerios, actually. That's like what I have every day for breakfast with my 20 ounces of coffee. Can't go without the 20 ounces of coffee. It claims that's 4 cups on the pot, but I disagree greatly. That's not 4 cups by any definition besides your own fantasy Mr. Coffee measurement of what is a cup of coffee. I define a cup of coffee as my full coffee mug of 20 ounces. Excuse me, that's my singular cup of coffee that I drink every day. But yeah, it was interesting times. Then I got back at around noon, ate my lunch, and from there I basically started preparing to head home. I did work today. It's the reason why it's so late recording this video. It's like I recorded the daily run, and then I started for the daily run for Afterbirth, and I got started on laundry because, hey, I had this giant 3-foot stack pile of laundry to sort through and do and figure out what I'm going to be taking with me and what I'm going to be leaving here. What do I need to wash now? What can wait? All that nonsense. But that's done now. Did like 2 loads of laundry. Our washing machine and dryer here are both complete, utter pieces of garbage. I mean, the washing machine's okay, but the dryer, oh my god, the dryer sucks so much. It doesn't even have a low heat setting. It has medium, high, and none. Tumble, like, it calls it fluff. It's really just tumble dry, but the problem is that timer only lasts for like less than 30 minutes. The medium heat timer is like 80 minutes and it doesn't completely dry your clothes. And even on the regular heat, it lasts for about an hour. And even with the regular heat at an hour, the clothes are still wet when it's finished. It's like, what the hell? And I have clothes that are sensitive to heat. Like I've got graphic t-shirts that get messed up. Like I've actually completely ruined a few t-shirts that like the graphics because they can't survive regular heat. And I have to go through like 2 full 80-minute cycles on the medium heat for them to not be damaged. It's like, what? This sucks. This takes so long just to do the laundry, but it's done now. I've also gone through and I've sorted out other stuff that I'm going to be bringing and all that business. It's been a long, long day. I've been preparing my laptop as well for the journey ahead because I'm going to be using it for close to 3 weeks exclusively. Oh, huge rain bob is actually worth a fair bit of money, by the way. Speaking of, by the way, I should probably... there are other things I could be doing besides fishing all day, every day. Well, every other day, mind you, but yeah, it's been busy. I'm currently downloading a few games that are quite huge, actually, on the laptop that I've been meaning to get to, or just have been playing regularly. One of them's one I've been starting to play regularly. The others are ones I want to get to that just happen to be huge. Please be in. Okay. Now please be in your room. Hi. Yeah, you definitely sometimes get lonely. I wouldn't blame you, but you do have a guy called Sebastian that's living there with you, so you can't be completely lonely. So yeah, the laptop's being the laptop. I also transferred over, well, copied over on USB all of the like 30 some odd hours of anime for this winter season that I need to get to. Basically, I haven't watched anything past episode 5 or 6. So, because around that time is when I really started focusing on actually getting work done, and the anime watching was what I ended up cutting from my day in order to accommodate that extra work on my research figures and such. So, for one, I'm going to have to remember where I left off on every single one of the 13 or 14 anime that I've been watching this season, so it's like that's gonna be jarring. Oh, you're gonna eat now? You're gonna decide right now is the time that we're going to eat, right as I'm about to talk to you. Just to say hi. And milk you. Give me your precious fluids. Yeah, it's been sad. I haven't been able to get through anything for just over half the season. Hey, this is B. Alright, fine. Be that way. So that took a while, having to move over like close to 40 gigabytes of anime from my main PC to the other one. Where the hell are you? I must be blind. I probably passed it up immediately. So yeah, that's the thing. I have I have lots to watch over the break. Oh, and I've actually just remembered I totally own a Kindle that I need to like charge and probably also update and you know, actually get some form of entertainment, probably a book to read on the plane. So I'm definitely gonna bring it with me. I mean, why not? I'd better. I got it last year, actually. Last holiday, I think. Or maybe the year before. I forget exactly how long I've had my Kindle. I think it was the last holiday season when I got that. I'm not certain, but I do know that this holiday season, it's not going to be a tablet, but it is going to be an iPhone 6s Plus that is waiting for me when I get home. So that'll be fun, having to set that up and try and figure out all the things. Because I've never used an iPhone. I've never used, like, had owned a Mac. I believe I've had this conversation before in this series, where the only, like, Apple product I've owned was an iPod Nano way back, like Gen 1 iPad Nano, which I technically still have, but it doesn't really have a battery life on it that like exists. So I don't use it. Plus, it's really old, and I don't really need it. It is completely replaced by my phone. All of its functionality is completely replaced by my phone at this point. So it's like, ugh. Thing is, I have to get everything that's on my phone onto the new phone, which will be problematic. Which also reminds me, maybe I should actually transfer over, the music that's on this desktop onto the laptop so that when I get the iPhone, I can connect it to the laptop and put the music from the laptop onto the iPhone. That might be a good idea. Oh, so many things. Thankfully, the flight's on Monday, but still, there's just so many things to have to think about. Plus, I got up at 5 a.m. It's currently going on 10 p.m. I'm really tired. But I did have. I drank a cup of decaffeinated green tea, which, of course, still actually has caffeine in it, despite being decaf. And I had that relatively recently with my dinner, so it's like, I think I'm probably going to be up for a little while longer, despite being really tired. But things are progressing. I am I am going to be ready for my travels on Monday. What will I do tomorrow besides record the daily run for Isaac? Well, I have to finish preparing. I have to like figure out how I'm gonna pack my bags. Basically, well, my singular bag. I don't want to have to take my big backpack with me. Just the one piece of luggage, because I can't trust being able to have both my backpack and the luggage with Delta. I've risked it these past 2 years and it's been fine. They've let me take both as carry-on, like the backpack as what they call a personal item, and then the roller bag as an actual carry-on item. But we shall see. I'm gonna try not to have to take another bigger bag because I'm on different planes this time, but whatever. It'll be what it'll be. If I need the room, I'll need the room. We shall see. Anyway, that's been the full day of Harvest Moon. That's that. So we're gonna save. We're gonna save. It's the end of summer. There's only gonna be one more video of this particular series this year, and that will be recorded on Sunday, and it will go live on the day that I leave. It's actually going live. I have checked. The time that this video goes up is about the time my first flight leaves. So it's gonna be interesting. It's like, I'll hopefully be in the air flying to Detroit when the video goes live on Monday. And then I'll, of course, have a flight from Detroit to Norfolk International Airport that'll arrive at 10 p.m. It's gonna be late, but yep. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Showboat, and I shall see you all on the next one. The last one of the year.